long last, I've ascended.
Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today we'll take a look into the review for this not so new SH Figuarts, the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta from Dragon Ball GT. Okay, so I think most of you know that I actually gotten this from Japan, although it's not from Ami itself. It's from one of the store in the Japan, and you can see there are some Japanese yen here. This is the price that I paid for, which I think is pretty reasonable. And also they actually put a sticker once it's sold. And I would like to stress that in Japan they really take care of the boxes, because you can see they actually wrap it up. Wow, this is pretty good. Let's take a look at the design of the box. For those of us who have been collecting the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball, who have been very familiar with this design, I always like how they actually put the pictures of the figures right over here, and you can see the actual figure itself. This side of the box you can see more pictures of the figures. Right here it just states Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and at the back is always the best part, because you can see various pictures of the figures, and because this is from Japan, so there is no sticker right over here. So let's get him out. Okay, so this is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta right out of the box, and the moment that I look at him, it just shows how little I know about this guy. Okay, there are a few colors that I didn't expect to be on the figure. The first of all is of course the purple glove on his hand, and also the shoe. I didn't know it's purple, I thought it's white. And the second thing is the color of the hair isn't really black. It brings a bit of brown. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it shows on the camera, but if you have it on hand, you will see it's not entirely black. And the third thing is his pants is actually also have some shades of green. I think you can see it on the camera now. Yeah, so this is also something that I didn't expect. I thought it's, you know, black and white, but it just entirely different than what I've expected. Let's take a look at the body itself. I think it looks great. I always think that the red fur is a little too much, but somehow it does looks good on this Vegeta. Yeah, I know that the paper is still there. Okay, and yep, very much like Goku. The furry body is not painted, it's actually sculpted. Yeah, you can feel it, and I just love how they put shadings on the pants. This is a good improvement. Yeah, at least they include more shadings now. This looks good, and the purple and gold just mixed together pretty well. This is surprising. I like how they actually designed the boots here. And as for his glove, nothing much. Let's take a look at his face. Wow, this is Vegeta. All right, yeah, we can really see Vegeta, and I always like how they actually use the red lining on the eyes. Just makes him looks very evil. Hairstyle a little bit different, because he does have a longer hair now as compared to the oldest Vegeta. Oh, okay, so this is a separate articulations, as you can see. Yep, not too bad. And again, the flurry body. Yep. Oh, okay, I haven't put on his tail. Okay, so just plug his tail in. Yep, I think it looks great with the red tail as well. Not too bad. Okay, so this is what I would say is that it's like another variance of all the usual Vegeta in your collection. So I do think that this is a great addition if you are big fans of Vegeta. And next we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always. So I'm afraid that there might be some hindering because of the hair, but wow, this is also a separate articulation, so it can looks to the right, looks to the left. Looking up should be okay, because this is a movable. Yep, but it's not looking up very much. Looking down, I believe should be much better. Yep, his arm can turn 360 degrees. Moving up, yep, pretty good. There's a butterfly joint, as you can see, which have quite a big movement. A double joint elbow. You can turn his hand around going up and down. 2 points of articulations. On the waist you can turn around, and on the lower torso you can also turn it around. So let's see how well this Vegeta can bend forward. Wow, pretty good. And bending backwards. Yep, not too bad. Is there any pull down mechanism for the legs? Nope. The leg swivels, kicking forward. Yup, slightly more than 90 degrees. Kicking backwards, just slightly. A double joint knee. Can you turn on his boots? Nope. His foot is on the ball joint, so you can turn around, going up and down. And he just comes with a toe hinge. So let's see how well this Vegeta can do a split. Yup, perfect split. And there are ball joints on the tail as well, so you can actually bend it all over, but there's no articulation on the actual tail. So in overall, I would say that this Vegeta does have a pretty decent articulations. And next we'll move on to the accessory. I'll start with the hands as always. So he just comes with a pair of closed fist hand that's already on the figure, a pair of open palms hands, a pair of grabbing hands, a pair of karate chops hands, a pair of Vegeta signature hands, and lastly another pair of grabbing hands with a pad on it for the effects part. And this is the key effects parts that comes with it, and I do notice one difference. You can see at the front, wow, they actually add on some of the like the electric effects on it, which looks pretty good. My goodness, this is something like an upgrade. And he does come with 3 more interchangeable faceplates, a wicked smile faceplates, a grinning teeth faceplates, and lastly an open mouth screaming faceplates. So yeah, this Vegeta does comes with pretty lacking accessory. I would say is that he comes with quite a number of hands. The faceplates are pretty impressive, and at least they do give one of the key effects part, which I think is pretty okay. So yep, just moderate I would say. And right now I'm going to show you how to put on some of the accessory onto him. I will start with the hands as always. So you just need to pull it off like this and just plug in back any hands that you want to. And I've chosen this hand with the pack so we can actually try out to put on this key effects part, which I think is pretty cool. Now when we look at that, oh my goodness, this is pretty good. And to interchange the faceplate, you can just remove it like this and just plug in the faceplate that you want to, as simple as that. Now we look at this, my goodness, this is looking sick, and this looks totally awesome as well. And a screaming headscarf is always the best. Do click on the likes button if you enjoy this review. Okay, let's move on to some size comparison. I'll compare him with some of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line. I have this Dragon Ball Super Hero Goku as well as Son Gohan. And next we'll compare with 2 of his son, Trunks. Yep, so I think he does skills pretty well. And next we'll compare with some villains. I have Perfect Form Cell here, as well as the recently reviewed Second Form Frieza. And next, of course, I will compare him with himself, which is the Vegeta from the Superhero series. Wow, I think he's slightly taller than him, as well as this latest Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Vegeta. Okay, again I think he's slightly taller than him as well. And how can I miss comparing with this Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the same Dragon Ball GT? Wow, I think they looks great together. And let's compare with some non-Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. I have Black Adam right over here, which is of course much taller than him, as well as this Spider-Man Noah from Marvel Legends, and again he's taller than him. And lastly, let's check out some minifacts. I have the Zack Snyder Superman, and also the Sentinel Toys Spider-Man. They are all taller than him. And next I'll talk about the scale for this guy here. As we can see on the size comparison just now, he's even shorter than his own self in a way. Yeah, I think is it because of the hair? Not really. I think the usual Vegeta, which is the one on my right, is slightly taller, but if you compare to the shoulder wise, I think this guy is taller. Somehow it does have an illusion that this guy is a little bit taller, but when I'm comparing with Goku himself, yeah, I think he's a little bit way shorter, because if you can see on this picture from the GT, he's just tiny bit shorter than Goku, but if you refer back to these two figures, he's very much shorter than Goku. So I think that he's being made a bit shorter than he's supposed to be. Yeah, maybe just a tiny bit taller, it'll be just great. And next, of course, I'll talk about the pricing for this guy here. As I said just now, you can see the price is only 6,578 yen after 10% discount. Yeah, so he's a really good bargain, because seeing that this Vegeta is an entirely new mold, not just changing the hair color, you know, like Goku. This guy is actually well worth it, because it's a all together, you can see it's so different. So if you are looking for a variant of Vegeta, a legit one, of course, I think this guy is really worth to get. Okay, so my final verdict for this Vegeta based on all the star ratings so far is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, aesthetically I think he looks beautiful, even though I don't like GT, but at the same time the articulation is pretty good, the accessory is kind of lacking, the skill I think he's tiny bit shorter, and for the price is a great bargain for this guy. So if you were to ask me, should I collect this guy even though I'm not a big fan of GT? Yes, I think you should. If you're a big fan of Vegeta, that's enough, because he does give a very good variation of all the Vegeta that you have in your collections. And if you do have the Goku from the GT as well, yes, I really think you should get this guy to pair them up. So I do hope that you enjoy my review, and certainly hopes that it gives you a reason for you to get this guy, and I'll catch you again in my next video. Now I hope you'll watch this video right over here.